Hi there, this is Felix and you're welcome to this video tutorial. In this video tutorial, we're going to be learning a very basic form validation. We're going to be learning a very basic form validation in this video tutorial. As you can see, I already have my form here with their values intact. If we can check this on the browser, we should be able to see our form right there. This is our form. We have our first name, our surname, our email, our password, and then you have to also repeat the password. So for instance, if it is a program or an application where it allows each person to sign in or sign up, then with this form you should be able to sign up on that application or whatever that system could be. Okay, so let's quickly get into that. So what we're going to be doing is, for instance, if you have this fields here and then the person tries to fill it up and then fill it up with the wrong information, or if the requirements of the system does not match with the information that the person is putting up on the system, it should throw up some errors to the client so that the right thing is done according to the system. Okay, so first of all, let's quickly check for empty. For empty, I mean, if the person does not enter a particular field, it should tell the person something. The system should tell the person that, hey man, this place is empty, you need to fill it up. Okay, so let's see. We're going to open our script tag right here. We're going to close our script tag. So inside of our script tag, we are going to call our function and we are going to name it validate form. You can name it anyway, it's okay. So this is the name of my function. It's called validate form, and inside of my function I'm gonna call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna call 5 variables, and so let's see, my first variable is called first name, and inside of it I'm gonna use the get element, the get element by id dot value, and this one is going to hold the id of the first name. So the meaning of this line of code is, I've created a variable and the name of my variable is called first name, and after that I use the document.getElement by id method, and I used to get the value of the id, which is first name. And as you can see here, I have an id of first name. Actually, this is our text box for the first name. That is it right there. Okay, so with this line of code, it's going to get the value inside of this text box using this id. So I want to also get the values inside of this text box as well. So what I'll do is I'm going to create subsequent variables as well, which is going to correspond with the rest of the text boxes. So with the second variable, I'm going to call it surname, and inside of my id, the id is called surname. Here is it right there. And then I'm going to call my third variable, I'm going to name it email, and then the id email. Oops, email. Okay, and then my fourth variable, I'm going to name it password. Okay, password. Ooh. Okay, password. And then my last one, I'm going to call it repeat password. perfect. So now I have called all my variables which has the values inside of the various text boxes. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we are going to check for empty text boxes. So here I'm going to call my if statement. I'm going to say if first name is equals to an empty string. It means if the first name, and this is our variable first name, which holds the value inside of our first text box. So here we say if first name is equals to an empty string, or if first name is empty, it should alert and tell you that please enter your first name. Oops. Bam. All right. And then okay, so if okay, actually let's do it this way. If first name is equals to empty, or name is also empty, or email is empty, or password is also empty, or repeat password is also empty. So if all of these fields, if any of these fields are empty, you should enter and say please enter. You should pop up an alert and say please enter this field or fields. Okay, so what we checked right now with this line of code is that it's going to check for all these text boxes, and if any of them is empty, it should pop up an alert and say please enter this field. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to check for, okay, actually let us test the first one and see. Let's call our function here. So inside of our form tag or form element, you're going to call an event which is the on submit, and with the on submit you're going to call our validate form. So let's see, we refresh the page, we submit, and it says hey, please enter this field. It means it checked for the first text box and it paused and it told you that please enter this field. So if we fill up the first field and then we submit, it's still going to say, it's still going to bypass the first name and then come to the surname and see that it's empty, and then it's going to tell you that please enter this field. You see? Okay, but then if we enter all these fields with values, ABC, as you can see, when I submit, it goes. There is no alert because it checked all the text boxes and they were filled with values. Okay, let's quickly change this because it's a password. Okay, so that as soon as we enter values inside of our password, it indicates to us that it's indeed a password. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to check for let's say we're going to check for the first name. We're going to check for the length of the first name. So let's say if we say no, we're going to do that for the password because the name, it could be as long as you want it, but let's say the password, we want to limit the length of the values inside of the password. So let's see, so let's say we're going to say if alert, please enter the field. And after this, you're gonna return false, so that after it has popped up this alert, nothing else happens. It goes back to 0. You have to start again. Okay, so here we're gonna say if password dot length is greater than 15, then it should tell you that password characters must not exceed 15. Okay, let's see, password must not exceed 15 characters. Okay, so let's see this. Refresh our page. We have our first name, our second name, of our email, and then the password we type as small or as many as we can. Just hit enter and it tells you that, hey, your password must not exceed 15 characters. If it does exceed, it tells you this, but if it does not exceed, it will proceed. Okay, so let's return false as well, so that it does not go anywhere. So we have checked for the password length. You say if it's more than 15, it should output this and return false, or return back to 0. Okay, let's also check for the repeat password. Okay, so if repeat password is also greater than 15, it means it should also pop up this. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be checking out for is to check if the password is the same as the repeat password. If they are different, it should also say something else. So here we're going to create another if statement, and then we're going to say if password not equals to repeat password, then it should say alert, passwords do not match. Okay, and then it should also return false. Let's check this up. Okay, so we have our first name, second name, email, and then our password we're going to say ABC, and then the repeat password we're going to say ACB. So when we hit enter, it says, hey, passwords do not match. So you should make sure your passwords match. So this is it's very basic way of validating your form in JavaScript. Also, if we come to the email, you can also detect for the email structure or the format that you want the email to display. So that for instance, if someone says felixmensa.com inside of our email text box, then it means it should detect and see that this is not a valid form of an email, so the system is going to reject it. And we have so many ways of doing this, and we can use the HTML the very basic HTML to validate our email, or we can use the regular expressions in PHP and JavaScript as well to check the validity of our emails. But for now, this is a very basic way of validating our forms in JavaScript. So okay, let's quickly get into the HTML, the very basic way using HTML to validate our emails. You're going to say input type email, and then at the end of this you're going to say required. Okay, required. Okay, so with this, as soon as you click, let's quickly see something. Okay, so let's see Felix 770. Oops. Okay, and the password ABC. As soon as we hit enter, okay, there's something wrong somewhere. Let's see. Input type email. Let's see. Actually, let's leave this empty. ABC. As you can see, it gives out the basic HTML form of validation and says you should fill this portion. As soon as you fill the portion and then you hit submit, it will tell you that please include what? The @ in the email, just to show you that in the email, with the email, the format should include an @. And this is very basic in HTML. You can use JavaScript or PHP with the regular expressions to also validate your email. So that is all for this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can like it and comment below. Thanks for watching.